Good morning and welcome to the pre-market video for 24th May 2022. Now, before we start the video, I would like to remind you that there are market trading services which have been advertised on a yearly basis. So if you're interested in them for positional trading, then do write to me on the WhatsApp number shared in the information box below. Now, yesterday I had said on Twitter that apart from the indexes, I'll also take a look at Divis Labs. So the first chart we're going to look at today is Divis Labs. Now, people have been shocked that Divis Labs has fallen so badly after posted results, and I must say I wish I had noticed this stock yesterday, as my mind was heavily focused on the index trading and I did not look at the stock side much. But the fall was absolutely beautiful and it completely collapsed, which was very good for short traders. Now, a lot of people are saying buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip. I believe on the short-term front, buy the dip might work to make about 3-4%. However, on the longer term front, Divis Labs hasn't finished its fall, and anyone who believes it is an idiot. I'll call it openly that. Basically, if we look how it's going to perform for the next few weeks, then we can see that number one, this fall was on the cards, only it happened in a day instead of a few trading sessions. And we have not yet reached the bottom of the fall. That's why the reason I say it was on the cards first is we can see that Divis Lab from January 2022 has slipped below the 50-day moving average on the weekly chart, and consistently there was price rejection in February, in March, then it couldn't even get to a price rejection. Then from March 2022 it has been constantly getting rejected to the 50-day moving average. The signals that now it is time to basically constantly focus on the downside for the stock started coming when on the week of 2nd May, as we saw that it slipped below the 20-day MA also, and it just couldn't reclaim that, because here it had partially reclaimed the 20-day MA, but we could see the price rejection of the 50-day MA, so it was still not long. So this was expected in the move. Now, how I expect Divis Labs to trade in the coming few sessions is it might trade upwards and test this resistance, and even might test this resistance. I don't believe it will reach here. However, there is a probability of, let's say, 20 to 30% it can reach 4335. But it will most likely test this resistance, but then come back down and head towards 3550 as a support. In the bigger scheme of things, I expect Divis Lab to form a bullish trap all the traders who are right now all rose-eyed that Divis Lab has never been in such valuations, as that story of valuations is nonsense in the real trading world, as the valuations will always constantly change, and if the chart is signaling something like this, then there is something wrong in the company, which the management has so far been covering, and that has been seen not only in Divis Labs, been seen in so many other companies. So if it gets rejected here or here, then it will continue its downward move to 3698 and 3550. Once it reaches here, I will share a new perspective on it, as now this has made me very interested in selling its calls in the future, as I want it to form a nice bullish trap. Then I will be selling calls and smacking it back down and earning basically premium without doing much work. So my point of Divis Labs for the next few weeks is going to be on a decline. It's going to trap all these rose-eyed traders by either hitting 4110 or 4335 and then coming back down to 3550 over a few weeks. Now, when you come to today's indexes, the American market last night did very well. However, the futures right now are not doing that well. I said it as basically, for example, Dow Jones went up yesterday by 1.98%, S&P 1.86%, and Nasdaq 1.59%. However, the futures right now, Dow is down by 0.5%, S&P is down by 0.8%, and Nasdaq is down by 1.3%. Nasdaq has basically wiped out all the gains it made yesterday. So now how I'm going to be trading these the indexes today on the intraday time frame, as position is different. I've already shared the view of that yesterday on the WhatsApp broadcast list, and if you should have received it. If you had paid before, if you had paid it yesterday, then you will not have received it yet. When you come to the WhatsApp, basically how I'm seeing the trading plan is, any up move towards this resistance zone is gonna have a lot of tough time, as I said yesterday. It's candle plus quant resistance, and it's gonna get smacked back down. I'm looking now at the 1 hour chart. Basically, the SX Nifty is indicating a tiny gap up. So if it gaps up, we'll have to see if it can sustain. But looking at how the American indexes are doing, I don't think it will sustain for long. And if it comes down, it will be very important on the hourly chart for it to hold the 20-day and the 50-day moving average for both the Nifty and Bank Nifty. If it cannot and it slips below, then it's a short back towards this side. The people who are on the broadcast list know that I'm holding put cells of basically below here, and for those that basically, as I said, as we come down towards this side, if there's more risk towards here, then as I said in yesterday's update, start booking any put cells you're holding of, let's say, 15,800, 15,900 and below. Now, when you look at the quant levels, first resistance on the upside is 16,280, which will, if we have a gap up, as it's actually indicating, will be the first hurdle for the index. Then 16,360, 16,480, and 16,520. I believe these two will handle. He will handle the index today, and this one might rarely come into play. Then the next one is 16,120, the support, and 16,020 to 050, and 15,880 to 15,910. Then after that, the next on the Bank Nifty, 34,480 is the first resistance, then 34,790 and 35,050. I believe these three will handle all that has to come. And on the downside, 33,380, 33,420 and 33,300. On the downside, I've gone deeper into the supports because we still have more of a downside pressure. But when you look at the bigger scheme of things, as I had said days ago, that we're just going to be trading in a box range, and we have started trading in a box range. That's the box range for the Nifty, and that's the box range for the Bank Nifty. So now inside this, you're going to get both side moves for intraday. All we can, for positional, we can trade is how I had said in yesterday's positional update. So thank you for watching, and do like the video and subscribe to the channel.